Today we're doing some homestead gardening, but we're not going to be doing gardening per se. Well, stay tuned and I'll explain what I'm doing. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I mentioned in earlier videos that I'm not doing gardening this year except for a very minimal amount. There's an area over here where I'm just going to do some planting, and that's it. But the rest of the garden is going to be laying fallow. What I'm doing is I'm laying down a black polymer barrier over the top of the ground, which will help keep the sunlight from reaching the seeds and the plants to cause them to grow, also retaining the moisture and allowing the soil and the earthworms to really get in there and process the nutrients I've added through the course of the year of dumping rabbit turds and chicken manure in there. So next year when I grow my corn crop in this area, it's going to be hopefully really nutritious, and I can throw my sister crops in there. I'm laying the pine shavings over the top to weight it down, and also it's also a biodegradable mulch to be able to add to it. So I've done this other part of the garden last year, and it worked out great. In fact, look at what that did to the soil. No weeds grow where this is at, and it's been sitting here for a year now like this. The rest of the other part of this garden, I'm going to go ahead and just mow, which I've already did early this morning. I mowed, and then we're just going to go ahead and lay a tarp over it and weight the tarp down, because I've already have the paths mulched, and this is where I'm going to be setting some raised beds in this area later this year and get them ready for next year. But in the meantime, I need to cover it with this green tarp and keep the weeds down and let it all compost back into the soil. Let it be said, this is another form of mulching your gardens. You can have organic mulch, you can have like composition poly tarp mulch, anything that'll cover the ground, kill the weeds, and lock in the nutrients, and also keep the rapid evaporation of the soil's water to dry it out. And this gives a prime ground for worms and for worms to be able to breed. Here's an example of mulching in about 3 months. This was placed over grass, just like what you see here, and this is all mulched down now. The sprinkler will help moisten the water, the wood chips, and give some weight and stability to them so they don't blow around in the wind. I still have to do some weights on the tarp to keep it from blowing around. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen, here at Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I want to thank you guys for showing up and sharing this little adventure with me on looking at a different form of mulching in the garden. We'll see you guys in more videos. Be sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. You can follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, Google+, and Blogger. We'll see you guys in more videos. Bye-bye.